Rates and home prices are down this month for this Christmas edition of Canadian Mortgage Weekly. Hey everyone, it's Joe Bladek, your local Ontario mortgage broker. As always, if you need to schedule an appointment with me, you can do in the video description below. We have a link there where you can just book an appointment with me directly and it goes right into my calendar. So let's take a look at today's happenings on this Christmas edition of Canadian Mortgage Weekly. The national house price average came out just a few days ago. I took a look at it this morning and I was really hoping that the average national house price would have gone up this month as it has been for the last 3 months in a row. Unfortunately, it did not. The average national house price did go down 2% for November 2022. So quite sad to hear about that. We did have a gain of 0.65% in October and a gain of 0.44% in September and 1.5% in August. So it's sad to see that we do have that, loss this month, but it also coincides with Christmas time and buying a house during Christmas. And I know that usually when people and my clients do house shop around Christmas time, they can get a slightly better deal on the purchase price. And I always wondered why that is. And I once saw an article when I was researching all that stuff, and it talked about how when people are searching for a house during Christmas time, like a lot of people end up taking their house off the market during Christmas. So, or they pause the listing or whatever. They don't want to do showings during that time. So a lot of that time, there's not very many houses available. And people that are selling during Christmas time kind of really need to sell. So not everyone, but, a lot of those folks. So what I tend to see is that there's a lot of deals around that time where it's comparatively to list price. You're getting a pretty good deal. So what we're seeing right now is that happening. It's down 2% a little bit for this month, and it might go down even further right as we get into Christmas. But I know that fixed rates as well have come down, and that's great news for anyone that wants to buy a home right now and has been concerned about rates being really high. The fixed rate has come down now, and you can get a better deal on a purchase or a refinance mortgage than if you were to do that last month, for example. So if you have a mortgage that's, in with the bank and you have a rate of A, you could probably get a better rate through my office if you just contact me and I can quote you rates as of today. And maybe that lender that I'm working with will have an incentive to also gain that business from your competing lender. So let's take a look at your mortgage when you have a chance. Schedule an appointment with me in the link description, video description below. So house prices are down and mortgage rates are down for this month, this week actually. So great news there. So I'll talk about the market a little bit right now and just give you an idea of why that's happening. So again, this is our Christmas special episode. Really excited to be having the 114th episode this week of Canadian Mortgage Weekly. 114 episodes. Wow. So we'll be having our 115th episode probably that'll be next week. So that'll be the last episode of 2022 before we launch into 2023. That's pretty exciting. So the 5-year bond yield is down this week. Over the long term. However, in the short term, it has popped back up to 3.098%. However, we do see this downtrend of the 5-year bond yield, and it has reverted here on the moving average. So really awesome to see that. And as I mentioned, as a result, the fixed rates in the mortgage market have come down. And that's really weird comparatively because variable rates have been going up. All right, so let's take a look at inflation rate. Inflation rate for Canada actually went down this month to 6.8%. I mean, just because it's gone down, has it gone away? No, we're still at 6.8%. By the way, guys, I have my mortgage broker shirt on today. So if anyone does notice, give me a thumbs up if you like it. I am on the nice list. So we're down to 6.8% today. American inflation is down to 7.1%. That's down from 7.7%. So still there, but the inflation is still pretty high. CDOR rates actually flatlining, and this is a graph that's related to variable rates. So I'm not sure what we're going to see here. was going up here during the rate hikes, and now it's flatlining for the last few weeks. So we'll see what happens long term, but variable rates may have peaked. So I'm going to say that right here, but let's just see. Have variable rates peaked? Will we have a rate increase next month? That will be on January 23rd, 2023 actually. So Canada prime rate for the banks is up to 6.45%. As you see, we've had a steady incline here of the prime rate. This is a new chart featured on Canadian Mortgage Weekly by 𝗓𝗓𝗋𝗀.com. 25th, actually, January 25th, 2023 will be the next rate announcement. That'll be on Wednesday at 10 a.m. Join me right here for a live pre-rate show as I go through the rate announcement and talk about the news leading up to it, what the going rate announcement might be, and then what it is, and then we'll chat a little bit about, what that came, what news led to that announcement. Increased 50 basis points since last time, and the overnight rate currently sits at 4.25%. All right, so this is a interesting metric that did come out here. As I was mentioning, Christmas time and New Year's is a great time to buy a home. There's a lot of the time there is a deal, and looking at the November numbers, we see some of those numbers coming true in November because, as people get into the winter months, no one really wants to move in the winter. So we have a November decrease in the average national house price to $639,802. That's a significant decrease comparatively to the increases we've been seeing over the last few months, because as you know, here on Canadian Mortgage Weekly, we've been tracking the Canadian national house price. It did go up here in August, September, and October, but we're down 2%, and that eliminates half of the growth that we experienced between August and October. So that's too bad, but still overall positive the last few months, but negatively quite considerably on the year as a whole. All right, so what do we have here? That's the end of the charts that we're going to take a look at today. This is episode 114. Pretty excited to be sharing with you episode 114 and Canadian Mortgage Weekly coming to a close this year with 114 episodes under our belt. We'll see what kind of video series we come up with next year. But for now, I wanted to invite you also to our TikTok account. If anyone is watching, you can find me on TikTok at Canadian Mortgage Weekly, and you can find my TikTok account there. What I do is I post a shorter update as well as other shorter updates of what is keeping me motivated and passionate about the mortgage market. There's always issues and news that's coming out that I like to keep on top of. So it's really important for me to share all this information with all of you to help you make your mortgage decision more clearly. And as always, if you want to chat with me, what we can do is take a look at your mortgage. We can look at a purchase mortgage or refinance mortgage, whatever you need, and see what your goals are and see what kind of rate we can get with you, either at your specific lender that you currently have your bank with or with a competing lender. And we can see what kind of business they can offer you and what sort of rate they can offer you so we can get you a mortgage set up today. So book an appointment with me in the video description below. In the meantime, Merry Christmas, everyone. Have a great New Year. I'm not sure what we're doing next week, if we're going to run an episode or not, but I'm pretty sure we'll run a New Year's episode, and looking forward to maybe going over some of the top things in 2022, like a top 10 list of some kind. Maybe if you guys have any suggestions, you could reach out to me and let me know. Anyway, hope you guys have a great week. Thanks for watching Canadian Mortgage Weekly with your host, Joe Bladek, on Canada's only video mortgage